Howdy folks, I'm Brian and here's some Reddit. We're going to cover only a few stories today, so let's get started. Am I a jerk for telling my husband that he can't come to my doctor's appointment anymore until he goes to therapy? I'm 29 weeks pregnant with a baby boy. My husband and I were so excited when we found out because a few years ago we suffered an unfortunate loss of our baby at 24-week gestation. Our baby wasn't just developing correctly, and there was nothing we could do. It was just one of those sad things. I went to therapy for it and came to terms, but my husband never did. As much as I asked and begged, he didn't. Now, every time we go to a doctor's appointment, he essentially has a panic attack going during and coming back about how we're going to lose this baby too. It's been happening since we found out, so that's 29 weeks of this. I go to the doctor's appointments fairly frequently due to some minor issues that have caused me to be considered high risk. After my last appointment, while coming home, my husband told me we should start considering the worst and looking into urns and cremation in case we lose this one too. Wow. This is where I told him that he needed to go to therapy and I wouldn't be having him come with me because he stresses me out and that's not good for the health of our baby and my blood pressure, which is making me high risk until he does go to therapy. He told me I'm being unrealistic and he's being realistic and that he can't stop me from going with him because it's his baby too. This was last week and he's been cold and still hasn't made a therapy appointment and honestly has been kind of hostile towards me. I know he's just scared that we're going to lose our baby, but having him with me is maybe the cause of what could make us lose our baby because he makes me so stressed. Am I the jerk? Edit, I don't live in America. The apparent national mandate of your spouse not being allowed to be with you in the hospital, as far as I know, is an American thing, not where I am. So, no, you're definitely not the jerk here. I'm going to agree with Reddit. So the thing is that your husband is stressing you out and he is refusing to basically come to terms with the loss of your, baby from the last time. And I think it's really important for him to work through these issues, especially since he seems so stressed about this and so adamant that the worst case scenario is going to happen. So I'm going to say, no, you're not the jerk here, and your husband is in serious need of therapy. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for wanting to see the phone bill I'm being asked to pay every month? My girlfriend and I have recently had a child together. Due to this, she is currently not working and I'm the only one financially supporting us. Prior to this, my girlfriend was paying her stepmother $100 a month for her cell phone. Now, as I've taken on her expenses, I also have taken on that bill. I have reason to believe that she is overcharging my girlfriend's portion of the bill. I have the exact same phone provider and pay less than half of that with a single line on my plan. My provider gives me a discount for multiple lines. After a few months of paying this, I began to get frustrated over how expensive the bill is and requested a copy to make sure that what I'm paying is correct. I did this in a very polite manner and in no way accused her of overcharging me. I simply asked for a copy so that I could have some record of the bill for my reference. She didn't take it well and got very defensive. She made a whole bunch of excuses as to why she can't show me the bill and got angry with me for even asking her and basically assumed I was accusing her of overcharging me. Am I the jerk? Well, OP, I'm going to say that no. If she is automatically jumping to the conclusion that you're accusing her of overcharging you and you haven't even mentioned this and you're just saying, I want a copy of the bill so I can see it for my records, then she probably has already revealed herself as overcharging you. No, I don't think you're being unreasonable here. I think that if you are paying this bill and that it's being taken care of by her mother, then it's not unreasonable for you to, ask for the bill. However, what I would do instead is I would just call and have her phone bill transferred to yours. And then that way you two don't even have to worry about this issue. You'll get a discount for having multiple lines and then you'll be paying even less. So it seems like that's probably going to be the best option here. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my sister's friend that not everyone is rich and privileged like her when it comes to weddings? Most people think I should have kept my mouth shut. I will let you, the strangers of Reddit, decide. My sister is a 29-year-old female, and she got engaged to her fiancé 9 years ago. They are still engaged and going really strong. The reason why they didn't have a wedding is because both of them spent whatever they inherited and saved up to pay a loan for college and had a fresh start. They didn't have a problem with that, and neither did my parents. It was their money, and they decided how they wanted to spend it. My sister wanted a big wedding, but things didn't go according to plan. Her fiancé was diagnosed with cancer, and whatever they were making, they spent on his medical bills and rent. Now, they have decided they want a small wedding sometime around next year. My sister's friend, who got engaged last week, invited me and her to her small COVID-safe party, and when she addressed the crowd, half of her speech was about my sister. She called my sister poor, dumb, and not driven, indirectly, because of how she is now settling for a small wedding. She implied all of these things, and everyone in the crowd understood. The rest of the party was awkward, and while I was talking to some people, I saw my sister coming out of the bathroom, and she had been crying. I asked her, and she confirmed it was about what her friend had said. With friends like that, you don't need enemies. Before leaving the party, I went up to her friend and told her because she had a trust fund and rich parents helping her throughout life, she didn't essentially have to lift a finger to survive. She graduated 7 or 8 years ago and still doesn't have a job. I told her that my sister was a fighter and that she was so much more brave and smarter than she will ever be, and then I left. She apparently cried to her friends, and I got some colorful text messages, but I don't care. It's when my sister and boyfriend and my other brother told me that I should have kept my mouth shut that I'm starting to have second thoughts. My sister is grateful I stood up for her, but also thinks I took it too far. Am I the jerk? In this particular case, I'm going to say no. I'm going to agree with Reddit and say that you didn't take it too far. It doesn't really sound like you said anything that was terribly out of line. If this person is, apparently out of touch with some of the struggles that your sister has underwent and is unempathetic towards it, I think she needs to be called out for it. Maybe you could have said it in a more tactful way, but I don't know. I think that calling her out for this isn't inappropriate, and I think that you made the right move here. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider giving me a thumbs up. If you liked this video, and you liked any of the stories, consider commenting below and telling which one you liked. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.